Alright, hey guys, this is going to be a review of the Lumapower Trust 2, one of the latest flashlights by Lumapower. It arrived in this plastic box, hard shell plastic. I'm not sure if you can see it, but they have written down the specifications. I'll just read it off. They claim it has 400 emitter lumens. It has a removable pocket clip, which is two-way, smart user interface 2.0 system. They have 3+1 levels, anti-roll, tactical lock, tail stand capable, thread lock design, tactical switch, solid construction, pure white Cree XPG R5 LED, as well as a wide range of input voltage. The back just has some more specifications. They talk about the different modes, and I'll get to that later. So included in the package is a little bag with accessories. What's included are 3 O-rings and a rubber tail cap, an extra one. The one that comes installed is a glow-in-the-dark tail cap, but if you want to use it for a more tactical situation, it's very easy to change. So, stick that back in there. It came with this manual. I wish it was a little longer. As you can see, it's pretty short, but it explains the gist of it. Main idea is how to put the batteries in, what kinds of batteries it uses. I don't know if I mentioned before, it's an 18650 flashlight. It uses either one 18650, it can also use two CR123 batteries. If you use the two CR123 batteries, you'll probably get more brightness out of it. But right here it says that you have an input voltage from 2.8 to 12 volts. So you don't really have to worry too much about frying the LED. And then it talks about the different output modes. I'll just go over that separately. In the back, just talks about proper reflector care, and actually what's written right here is identical to what's written on the back of the package. Alright, so the flashlight itself, it's very, very well made. The aluminum is very high quality. The first thing I noticed when I took it out was how solid it felt. But having said that, it's lighter than I thought it would be. The aluminum, not only is it high quality, but it doesn't weigh very much, even though it's so solid. But the body, very well made. It has knurling along the head and also along the tail cap. This knurling is, I'm not sure if the camera will be able to get, I don't think so, the details of it, but it's very good knurling. It offers really good grip, and it's practical where it is, because you need to have good grip on the head for switching modes, and you need to have good grip obviously on the tail cap to take out the battery. It's the reflector. It's a slightly orange peel reflector. It's pretty deep. The diameter of the head is the same as, well, it's a little bigger than the body tube, but not much more. So it's a pretty ergonomic design. Alright, so opening it up. One nice surprise, which I wasn't aware of before getting the flashlight, was that these threads are actually squared. I did not know that they were square threads, and lately flashlights have been shifting over the square threads because they're just a lot easier to use and less likely to wear down over time, because you don't have as much grinding like you would have with regular traditional triangular threads. This is the tactical ring, and the tactical ring is what holds the clip in place. The clip is it's a nice clip. It's fairly stiff, but not too stiff, so that you can actually pry it away from the body of the flashlight. I've seen other flashlights where the clip is so stiff that you can barely stick anything underneath it. And if you're using it in a pocket for a length of time, and over time it'll start wearing down the fabric if it's that tight. Or if it's that tight to begin with, as you move it up and down, take it in, take it off, and put it back in. You can wear down the fabric if it's too tight, but this one's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to take off the front bezel. And this is battery tube. Doesn't really have anything else inside, but it's nice and smooth, well machined. It also has the threads that are underneath the bezel are also squared threads. I was actually wondering why the anodization wasn't extended onto the threads, and Lumapower told me that it was because in order to have multiple modes, they need to have electrical conductivity throughout the flashlight. So if they were to anodize the threads, you would lose modes on here, so that's why the threads aren't anodized. And on the head, there is a small white plastic ring that I'm assuming is there just as a spacer to make sure the battery fits in right in the positive terminal. It doesn't slide around too much along the, it looks like it's brass, but it works fine. Right, so you put it back in, throw the battery back in. Tail cap, also high quality. If you want to take out the tail cap, all you do is you get some forceps in those two holes, put the forceps in, and you twist, and all this will pop out, and the tail cap will pop out, and you just switch it. So very simple. As you can see, it's very easy to put back in. But yeah, it's a great flashlight, really good construction. Moving on to modes. There are two different settings. You have one multiple mode setting, and you have one setting that has just one mode on it. So if everything is tightened, the bezel is tightened all the way. That's how you control it, through the bezel. So tighten that completely, and you're always in high mode. No matter how many times you press it, it's always the brightest mode. As you can see, the beam is really nice. No artifacts, smooth, nice hot spot. But if you want, you can switch the modes. If you want to have lower modes, by twisting, the head just a small amount. And now I've accessed the other setting, which has 3 modes: low, medium, high. And those modes just cycle until you reach the one you want, and you click all the way, and it locks it. Not exactly locks, but it memorizes it. So if you were to turn it off and then turn it back on, it'll turn on at a low setting. Also, I like the fact that the low setting is really low on here. I'm not sure, they don't give an actually, yeah, they say 5 lumens. I think it might actually be less compared to other ANSI rated lights. But it's a nice low setting, which I think is necessary in a flashlight, so you don't ruin any night adapted vision. But as you can see, the memory mode's activated, so it's always on low, but it switches if you just click it faster. Also, a part of the Smart UI system, I gotta hurry up because I'm running out of time here, you can click 4 times in quick succession to lock a mode, and it'll never change from that mode. So if we want, say, medium, and always want it to turn on at medium all the time, we just click 4 times quickly. So now it's locked. Actually, it's not. I always take more than one attempt to get this right. So we take medium mode. I think that's because I don't click fast enough. But right there it's locked on high. So no matter how many times I click, it's not switching modes. It's always on high. And now to unlock it, we just click 4 times. There we go. Now we're cycling back through the modes. So a very nice system, very programmable. You can set it whichever way you want. But yeah, great flashlight. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but it has an O-ring. I might have to turn this on. Put some lighting. Glow in the dark. You can't really see it too well, but it has a glow in the dark O-ring. Both, well, the O-ring is on here, and this is glow in the dark with the tail cap, so it's a nice little touch there if you don't want to lose it. You can always see it if it's dark. And also has 2 holes for attachment of a lanyard. Doesn't come with a lanyard, but these holes you can pretty much attach any type of clip or a split ring, and it'll still tail stand because of this indentation. So even if it does have a lanyard on it, you'll know that it can tail stand. But yeah, overall it's a great flashlight. Very impressed with it. Trust 2 from Lumapower.